Hey guys, it's Leah Moore and welcome back to Not Your Mama's MLM podcast. So I promised you guys in a previous episode that I would talk about our chatbot that we are creating for our team. I'm actually doing it as a team chatbot right now. So we have a page that is actually designed for our team. But eventually, once I have it all built out, the beautiful thing is that it's duplicatable. I can literally create it as a template and push it out to the team. But I want to talk about, what we're doing right now with the ManyChat, so a chatbot. So we're using ManyChat, just so you guys know. There are many of them out there. I actually have played around with another one called Mobile Monkey as well, and found that ManyChat just really fulfilled the needs that I had. But I want to tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing because we're working on a webinar. And ultimately, it's going to end up being an automated webinar so that it is going to be an evergreen webinar once we get the content to the point where it's converting. But I won't know where it is and if it's converting yet until we actually start going live. And if you've ever read expertsecrets.com secrets, you know that Russell Brunson talks about doing webinars and not automating it from the get-go, but Yay, I love it. I'm driving, guys. Sorry. I just realized I'm going through a construction zone. So you get all of the background noise here, which is so lovely. Hopefully it's going to end sooner than later. But anyway, so if you've ever read .com secrets, expert secrets, Russell Brunson talks about creating the perfect webinar script, which is now being transitioned into what we're calling the perfect presentation, the presentation script. Something that most of us in MLM do. We talk about it as being a presentation. We don't actually ever talk about it as being a webinar. So it's actually a one-to-one correlation for us, which is kind of nice. And I started with that as the premise of my, setting up all of the webinar stuff, but I kind of have veered a little bit from that. I'm starting to feel like this episode might be more about the webinar than it's going to be about the ManyChats, but we're going to go ahead and get back to chatbots here in a second. So we're getting the webinar all set up here, and I wanted to figure out a way to, have people register, make it super simple for them to register for the webinar, and then also create a follow-up sequence, or I should say what I'm calling a pre-framing sequence, which is the pre-webinar information. So all of the things that they need to know when we're going live, the reminders of when it's going live. Because guys, we're all so busy nowadays that if we don't get a reminder within 15 minutes before something, we tend to forget about it. And I can tell you that firsthand. If I don't know, if it's not on my calendar and I don't get a ding that says, hey, by the way, you're supposed to be picking up your son in 15 minutes. Oh crap, I got to get in the car. I got to go. I tend to forget as well. So that is why I turned to the chatbots. Now, I've done this in the past with emails, and emails are definitely still something that are done, and there's plenty of people who register via email, and that's, it's not any different. But the open rate on emails is so low compared to getting a ding notification and a pop-up of a friendly little face going, hey, by the way, you got a webinar. I felt like it had to be easier to do it this way. I also be really blatantly honest with you guys. I've always struggled with emails. I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be that challenging just to write some basic information, but I get what I call, I can't remember it, the blank page stare when I'm staring at my email and I have to send out an email that tells them, hey, this, and whatever else I'm going to do. Because I feel like all of the information has to be there, and it's very hard to redirect or to guide people or to interact with people in an email, which is where chatbots come in. And I feel like there's a little bit more personality that can be put into a chatbot than there can be in emails. And there's just, I guess, more of a playfulness and a more direct human response for me for chatbots than there is with emails. And so when I started sitting down to, visualize what I was doing and how I was laying out the chats prior to the webinar actually being created, the ideas seem to flow so much more easily for me. So I'm just going to kind of give you guys a little bit of a rundown on what we did in terms of that pre-framing of that webinar. So of course, the first one is them opting in. So they're either going to a landing page and the straight ManyChat landing page, which is actually goes straight directly into their messenger inbox, or I actually have a button on our webinar landing page as well, where they can choose whether they want to do that webinar, if they want to sign up for the webinar via email, or whether they want to sign up via the chatbot. Or I should say messenger, because they don't know it's necessarily a chatbot, but they have the option of picking either one, which is super cool. And then once that happens, it sends them a welcome letter or a welcome message. It sends them a welcome message directly via their messenger. And in the messenger, I actually have them interacting with it because I want to make sure that they understand, like, they're going to get messages from me over the next couple of days. We're going to do reminders, yada, yada, yada. I want them to fully opt in. And so to get them to opt in, I have a simple message that says, hey, please confirm the time that you're going to be on your webinar, because that actually triggers the messages for them, so that I actually have a series of messages, and this will make more sense once we get there, but I have a series of messages that are date related or date correspondent. They are relevant. They are, I can't think of the right word right now. They are, they have to have the right date in order to get the right message. So they're date related. That's not the word I'm looking for, but we're just going to go with that. If somebody else can tell me what word I'm looking for later. But they have to confirm the date that they're actually going for. Now, granted, there's a calendar that pops up, and I need to figure out a better way, and this might be something that works out in the future a little bit more, but I already have it set, so in the background, it's scheduled for the particular day that I need it for, and then all of their messages are scheduled based off of that confirmation. And then after that confirmation, it also says, hey, just confirm you want to be there. And so they have to say, yes, I want to be there. And then it sends them into the series, into starting the sequence. So we confirm the date that they're going to be there based on that first message. And then the second message is just to confirm that they actually want to be there, because that way I'm also kind of double opting in for them and really getting them to confirm that they want to interact with this chatbot, that I'm not spamming them, that Messenger knows and understands that, yes, we are going to be corresponding with each other over the next couple days, and don't send me to the other box, because that's the last thing I want to have happen. I don't want to have that go to box. So once they get that, then they get a confirmation that says something like, sweet, you're registered. We can't wait for you to, be a part of it. Give them what the 3 secrets are that they're going to discover. And we'll send you some reminders this week. Talk to you soon. So the next day they're sent out another reminder. And this reminder is more about asking them, trying to get them to interact. So I'm kind of pre-framing them also with some of the questions that I'm going to ask on the webinar. Because if I ask these questions on the webinar, they're more likely to interact with them if I have already asked these questions once before, because they've already thought about them. So they already have a thought process around it. So I have 2 different things. One of them is just to ask them, hey, what are you most excited about learning, and all of the things that you read in that webinar description? What are you most excited about learning? And the other question is, hey, what is the biggest struggle that you're having right now around the topic of our webinar? And it has to do with our industry. Like, what is the biggest struggle you have personally with this concept in our industry? And I hope that they respond to that. It actually gives them the option to do an actual one-to-one response. And if they do that, then awesome. I've already gotten some extra ammunition as in objections that they might have to our products and our service at the end of the road. And I also have a little bit of extra things that I can make sure are being tapped into in the webinar itself. The next day, they're sent a beautiful little quote, just kind of to remind them about what it's all about and what we're talking about. And again, I will remind them, hey, just don't forget, put it on your calendar. It's going to be on, whatever date, and we're looking forward to seeing you there. The next reminder after that is our quizzes, because we have a couple quizzes that are set up to actually, there's consultation quizzes to help us with our clients. So again, I'm trying to pre-frame them into the idea of, oh, you're a client, but you don't know this yet. So I send them the option. I'm like, hey, you know what? We found that a lot of people have the exact same struggles. A lot of women that we talk to have a series of struggles. So what we've done is we've created a small consultation. We'd love it if you take it and give us your feedback and let us know whether these are things that you're struggling with as well, or which ones of these things you're struggling with. So they go through and they, there's two options. They have one for two different areas that they can struggle with. They can choose to do one. And when they get to the end of that one, it'll ask them if they want to do the other one. And if they don't want to do the other one, it'll send them to a confirmation message that says something like, hey, thanks so much for sharing your information with us. We're so excited about that. I'm actually kind of sort of thinking about sending them into another option to get some samples to take care of some of the issues that they have. But I don't think I want to quite do that yet because we don't have it automated with the responses. So our company actually provides these consultations, and they actually come out with results on the end. But ours aren't tied into results, which maybe I'll be able to tie them into results when I get there in the long run and I play this all out. But it's something that's still in the works. It's something I'm thinking about but haven't really negotiated. So if they do choose to do the other quiz, it sends them over to the other quiz. And then, of course, at the end of that, it says, thank you for sending us your results. We can't wait to talk to you and share with the secrets that we've learned on our webinar, blah, 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 blah. And then the last, so usually it's a 7-day cycle. So usually we start registrations on the Friday after our event, because right now we have them scheduled for Tuesday. So it's Friday through Wednesday is registration, and then Thursday is the event, and then we start Friday through registration again. So we have 6 days of follow-up or pre-framing, essentially, with the average person getting about 4 of them, I'm going to guess. So the next couple that we fill in with would be, again, beautiful little quotes, just to, keep them saying, hey, be beautiful, have a great day. Just a quick reminder, we're so excited to have you on this. Again, just being very interactive with them so that they know, hey, we're here. We really want to talk to you. We really want to share with you all of the goodness that we have. And here's how you're going to do it. Then on the day of, there is a morning message that goes out about 9 a.m. In Eastern Standard Time, because I'm in Michigan. So we do have people that are in Europe as well as in Canada, and then of course in every time zone in the United States. So they're getting it at 9 a.m. my time zone. Because of course the event is going to happen in my time zone. It's not happening in their time zone. Now I could actually have it send it in their time zone. But for those who are in Europe, 9 a.m. would be kind of awkward, I guess. Or actually more the West Coast, they'd be getting 6 a.m. messages. And I don't really want to send out 6 a.m. messages because I'm not cool with that. They also then get a 1-hour reminder, and I do believe they have I wanted to do a 30-minute reminder, but I'm having a challenge with getting that to happen. But they do get a, hey, we're live right now reminder. So essentially that goes out right at the time of the event. And technically we're starting about 5 minutes after that. So they're getting like a 5-minute reminder is basically what they're getting there. So that is the pre-framing portion of this. And we're super excited. We're super excited about that, and I'm really looking forward to how it's going to play out and what it's actually going to do for us, because we're really getting people in the right mindset right away. I'm almost kind of pre-framing them into our concept and what we're going to deliver so that they are hopefully more ready to purchase when we get there. And then, of course, the chatbot's also going to create a post webinar follow-up. So of course we have one that goes out about 2 hours later, basically asking them if they've taken advantage of our offer, trying to get them to interact with us again. And if they have taken advantage of the offer, awesome. We have a little video that kind of gives them a rundown of the process of what's going to happen. And then also if they say no, we're like, oh, okay, great. We just wondered why. Again, trying to get more feedback out of it so that it's not just we put something out into the world and we have no idea how to improve it or make it better, so that we can hear the concerns of those that are actually watching and understand what is it that's holding them back from actually pulling the trigger and, joining us or, becoming a part of our movement that we have created and using our products in this movement. And then there's another one the following day that asked them again, have you taken advantage of it or something along that line. I've most recently been working on the pre-framing one, and I got so super excited about the pre-framing that I kind of have forgotten about the post. So I kind of need to go back and re-edit that one a little bit, give it more personality, because I was using a pretty bare bone structure. I was following somebody else's and modeling somebody else's structure, and I had to figure out how to make it work for myself, because I'm like, I don't really like this. I need to. No one I've seen has this sort of pre-framing structure that I've seen. But they do have this post-framing structure. And I thought, well, you know what? The pre-framing structure is very much like building up a campaign. It's like putting out, it's building the pressure, and it's creating a trailer every single day. In fact, one of the things I'm thinking about doing in the pre-framing chatbot is to put in some testimonials about people's experiences with our products. Not telling them exactly what the product is yet, not telling them exactly what the offer is, but allowing them to see, what are some of the results that people are having, or what are some of the stories that people have related to our products. And then ultimately, this whole concept is also going to take place for our opportunity as well. So we're going to be creating the same kind of chatbot creation for our opportunity, and giving them some of those pre-framing concepts of, oh wow, so-and-so did this, oh wow, so-and-so did this, oh wow, so-and-so did this, but it's being dripped out on them over a series of 6 days leading up to. So they might know that this is coming up. And honestly, when it comes to opportunities or events that we hold, I honestly think this is a fantastic way to keep people engaged between them saying, yes, I can attend your event on such and such a date. So whether that event is live or not, basically I'm just creating a whole bunch of trailers to get you to come and watch my movie, whatever my movie is, whether it be a webinar for my products, my services, or an opportunity presentation. So this is a new concept that I'm working with, and I'm super excited about it. And what I really love about it even more, and I did not know that this existed prior to a couple weeks ago. I kind of did, but I didn't. And this might be something that's relatively more new in this world. But the fact that I can just duplicate one of those bots. And so then all of the links that I have already created that are personalized to myself. So of course, whenever somebody's getting a link to go and buy the product, they're able to get the product directly from my link. It directly sends them over to my company page or my cart, my shopping cart that I've already created for them with all the products already inside waiting for them. Not only can I do that, but then when I duplicate it, yes, it leaves all my links in there. But the beautiful thing is the person who gets it, my team member who gets it, has all of those messages already set up for them. All they have to do is go in and change all of the links so that all the links now are part of their, they link directly to their landing pages, their websites. And I'm so super stoked about that, because building it is the fun part for me, but the execution is the fun part for the team, right? Not everybody wants to be a chat bot and a funnel geek like I am, but that's just part of my MO, right? So anyways, guys, this is kind of a longer episode. Actually, it's kind of a normal episode. I haven't done one of these in a little while, but I'm super stoked about these chatbots and implementing them and making them work. And I am so excited for you guys to go and give that a try. And I might actually make it available to other people if that's something that they're interested in let me know. So guys, please, if you are enjoying the podcast, go rate and review it. Even if you have nothing but negatives to say, I would love it. Any feedback is good feedback, right? They say no publicity is bad publicity. I need to hear from you. So go to Stitcher, go to Apple, go to iTunes, go to iHeartRadio, Anchor, go to any of those. Rate and review, help me to build my rankage a little bit here as well if you feel that the information I'm sharing is valuable and other people can learn from it as well. Go ahead and share that out for me and help me build my channel here. Other thing, guys, that's going on is that, of course, we are in the middle of the OFA challenge, the One Funnel Away challenge, which is really just a marketer's breakdown on how to master the internet and more importantly, how to master it in MLM space, building funnels, creating automation, all of these things that we all want to work towards in the 21st century. And honestly, guys, you are learning from some of the masters in the industry. I've been following, Russell Brunson for many years, and Steve Larson has now become one of my BFFs in terms of, my biggest mentors. I should call him the BMM, my biggest mentors, my biggest MLM mentor, I would say, because just his approach to everything and understanding the internet space and then applying that to the MLM world, which is fantastic. And those are the things that I'm learning and I'm sharing with you guys. But the challenge is really just about getting you started and holding your feet to the fire and having you go through this 30-day challenge to really rev up your business and to get things moving the way you want them to be. And not only are you getting these amazing mentors, these amazing guys, is that you've got a support group of MLMers who are also going through that challenge. Because when they're teaching to multiple different industries, not specifically to the MLM space, but everything they're talking about applies to the MLM world. Unfortunately, for many people, that one-to-one correlation doesn't always drop. And they don't necessarily get it. So this is why we've created the support group. And that's also the reason why I jump in and kind of answer some of the questions as a seasoned MLMer as well as a seasoned OFA challenger. I think I'm on my fourth challenge now because I enjoy doing it. And every single time I do it, I build out a new funnel. And every single time I do it, I investigate new markets and I get new ideas and really kind of revamp my brain around what it is I'm doing and how I'm doing things. Basically, every time I go through the challenge, I refine it because it's also helping me refine my message. This is all the same stuff that they share. I share it specifically for the MLM world. So it definitely helps me refine my message and make it even better and stronger. So guys, love you all. Hope you guys are having a great day. We'll talk soon.